Hi, my name is Oliver Chin. I'm with Immedium, a San Francisco book publisher of multicultural children's books, and we're happy to share our series with you today, Tales from the Chinese Zodiac. Uh, we're the only publisher who's made a story on each of the animals of the Lunar New Year. This is the box set, and we did 12 stories in 12 years. So today we'll show you a quick video that summarizes them, as well as diving a little bit deeper into the current title, The Year of the Tiger. But um, as we moved into the series, we were able to build in a bilingual translation into the actual book. This was the first edition of The Year of the Monkey for 2016. And then we also did it for The Year of the Rooster for 2017. So as we kept going around the cycle, we converted our English editions into bilingual ones. So this was The Year of the Dog, Year of the Pig, Year of the Rat, and 2021's was the Year of the Ox. So we're going to show you a quick video today, which summarizes our publishing program. And then we're going to, again, talk a little bit more about the Year of the Tiger. So I'm going to do a quick screen share here, and we can get started. Hi, I'm Oliver Chin, publisher of Immedium and author of our series Tales from the Chinese Zodiac. We're happy to share our new 2022 storybook, The Year of the Tiger, and its hero, Teddy the Tiger, with you. Immedium is a San Francisco publisher of children's books. We publish the original stories of the Octonauts that inspired the hit animated TV show worldwide. 40% of our titles feature multicultural characters. 25% of our titles are bilingual. Today, we introduce a revised story in our Tales from the Chinese Zodiac. Our 12 tales are the only English series on each of the animals of the new year. It is one of the longest-running Asian American children's book series ever. Each story features a new cast of characters. A baby, a girl or a boy, grows up and explores their world. They meet all the other 11 animals and people too. They make a best friend, but encounter stereotypes, and must blaze their own trail to discover their true character. We continue to publish revised editions with new bilingual translations in simplified Chinese. Like clockwork, our Zodiac series is a bestseller every spring when Lunar New Year is celebrated worldwide. Popular with schools and libraries, our stories are created to be entertaining every day of the year. Revised for 2022, The Year of the Tiger features a new bilingual Chinese translation. The artist is Justin Roth, who illustrated our books Balthazar and the Flying Pirates and The Year of the Rabbit. Justin animated TV series for Nickelodeon and Disney and is a creative director at Grey Advertising in New York City. Teddy the Tiger is a confident prince of the jungle. However, tigers and humans both fear each other. But despite his parents' advice, this cat is curious. Teddy befriends the girl Lynn, which gets them both into hot water. Can Teddy prove that the forest is big enough for everyone? Find out! As the world hopefully returns closer to normal, we look forward to sharing Teddy's adventures and the rest of the Chinese Zodiac with families and educators everywhere. We wish you a great 2022 and a happy Year of the Tiger. Okay, so that was a quick video on the book, and now we're going to dive in a little deeper as I promised. So commonly we visit schools and libraries many times during the spring to celebrate the latest animal, and sometimes we do 2 or 3 presentations per day. We look forward to doing that more in person now than virtually, but we'll see how it goes. This was a presentation we've been doing for the tiger, and I'll just quickly go through it. We inspire kids to be writers and artists, and definitely tell their own stories, and we're happy to be able to do that with our Zodiac series year in and year out. And by going around the circle, we're appealing to everybody, no matter how old they are, to learn about themselves as well as other characters from both an Eastern and a Western perspective. And so we're able to introduce Chinese characters, not just for the animals themselves in calligraphy, but now as the bilingual translation. So each character has their own journey, has their own personality, and we're true to that into these stories, as every story has a brand new cast of 12 animals. But we use a lot of great artwork, which harken back to classic cartoons, whether it be Bugs Bunny and Warner Brothers, as well as modern animation. And so doing, we try to blend both East and West in terms of both what the audience might expect from knowing about these animals from Western stories, but also blending the Eastern traditional qualities and using a lot of wordplay. It's been definitely a challenge to do the bilingual translation because we don't want it to be 100% literal, because that kind of loses the playfulness of double entendres and puns and other types of literary devices that we like to employ, because we definitely don't talk down to the reader. We try to challenge them both with vocabulary as well as concepts. So the tiger's no different. That's our artist, Justin Roth. He also illustrated The Year of the Rabbit. And these are some of the background characters for the book. So we're going to go now into the book itself. And we're working right now on converting The Year of the Rabbit, which hopefully come out around Thanksgiving this year. So again, we've visited many schools, especially in California, sharing our Zodiac series to populations who would definitely appreciate them, notably schools that are also teaching kids Chinese. And they have requested from us over time that we, again, translate our books into simplified Chinese. So we actually did simplified and traditional as free downloads for existing books. And by the time 2016 rolled around, we actually had planned enough far in advance to put it into the book itself. So we're sticking with the simplified Chinese for the time being, but for most of our books, the traditional translation is a free download off our website. And so we've had the good fortune to work with a number of translators who are elementary school teachers, especially here in San Francisco. And they've done a really notable job in creating the translation, which we're able to kind of seamlessly integrate into the layout of the original book. So again, the tiger was originally done in English, but this is the new 2022 edition. And in our layout, we try to really make it complementary. The color of the bilingual changes depending on the color scheme of the illustration that Justin supplied. And the placement does change depending upon where it best fits. It's definitely kind of a puzzle for us to create stories which are harmonious both as the text works together with the illustration. And we take it very much a comic book approach with our storybook series, where we have panels. In this case, there might be 2. In this case, there's also another 2, but it's an entirely different layout. So as a character, Teddy is rambunctious. He's the prince of the jungle. If you've heard of the Tiger King, he's going to be the Tiger King. And in that, there's a lot of responsibility, but as cats go, he's naturally curious and can't help himself. But learn a little bit more about this girl who lives in town, even though his parents have told him that humans and tigers don't mix, because the jungle's only big enough for one of them, not for both. So it's up to the next generation to figure out whether that's true, because Sue is hearing it from her mother and father as well, who are afraid of wild animals. So it's kind of a culture clash in this particular plot, but kids and cats naturally have an affinity toward each other. Sometimes parents get in the way. The older generation is kind of set in their ways, and in that kind of generational clash is kind of overlaid onto a cultural clash. So for us, we're able to put the dialogue in the mouth of the main character, and that's also evident in the translation as well. So we really try to keep the reader guessing, but also eager to see what happens as they flip the page and encounter something which may be unexpected, such as Sue following her new friend into the forest as her community chases Teddy away. So I won't spoil the ending, but it's definitely a barn burner, and we really try to bring in modern sensibilities into kind of a historical world, but in that these characters are definitely very contemporary and definitely have the same type of expectations and interests and energy that any kid does in elementary school. All right, so maybe I'll stop it there. That's the cliffhanger, literally. So for us, it's definitely been an honor to do this series. It took definitely a lot of work doing 12 books in 12 years, and this is the back cover of The Year of the Tiger. So we have a couple more books to convert to be bilingual, but currently we've done now 7, and it's definitely been well received. We've done it really out of an obligation to provide more reading material that's grade level appropriate to bilingual schools, and I think they've definitely appreciated our efforts on their behalf. But you know, it's kind of a challenge for us to create stories which can be enjoyed in many different ways, and one of that is in the dual language. So again, we appreciate the efforts of Asian American Curriculum Project in distributing our books to schools and libraries and other educational institutions. With our 12-book series, we've continued to add more books which are bilingual, such as our series about great inventions from Asia. This was the 3rd book after ramen and fireworks, and so this book was our 2nd book that was bilingual in Japanese. So for us, there's a lot of opportunity to tell more stories in other languages, and we look forward to doing that. So in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, feel free to forward them to Asian American Curriculum Project. We're happy to answer them, and also happy to partner with you and your colleagues in sharing our stories in person with author visits and other type of educational support. We do have lesson plans free on our website for most of our books, and we look forward to your feedback and reading. So thanks very much.